Good evening and welcome. This is the Virtual Touring Car Cup, I think they call it, from Sim Sport Racing. This is what we're doing this evening. This is the season 4 rather, round 6, the last one of the season. I've only done the last two, so the round Okayama in Japan 2 weeks ago, and Brands Hatch tonight. So they've split the grids, so it's a pro versus a pro-am lobby. I think there's 11 in the pros at the moment, and qualifying has just got underway. So I'll come back to this in a few minutes because I need to go and set a few qualifying times. And hopefully if that swaps over, there we go, fantastic. So hopefully you guys can hear me, and also the game audio. Yeah, fantastic. So here we go. I was quickest by probably about 0.8 of a second in practice, so I'm kind of hoping it's going to be the same here. Front right really doesn't like getting warm. Just going to pull over and let the two guys that are probably on a lap go past. I am probably about 5 minutes behind everyone else on qualifying runs. Oh, he's just set his quickest ever lap there, Johnny. So he's probably going to be my closest rival in this round. Bigger of a gap in front of me. Gap behind's fine. Gonna go and set a kind of a banker lap. Here we go, banker lap. Yeah, missed the apex completely. I'm not using my paddle shift, I'm using my sequential shifter, so you can probably hear it. Oh, as I lock the rears. Lock the rears on the downshift, which then threw me out. Don't think this is going to be a particularly quick time, but we'll see. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. It's now an invalid one. Well done, me. Pressures still haven't come quite up enough. That's probably... I'll use that as my excuse. This is... Oh no! Oh, that's ruined my next lap as well. Okay, come on. 30 minutes. to be careful clipping the curb on the inside there. As a rear wheel drive car, it does tend to throw me out. No locking up there, which is nice. Well, he's improved again. Just locked the wheels. That's my banker lap set. Pressures have come up nicely. Rear left's come up a bit too much. Just snagged the brake there slightly too much. I wussed out of that a bit. You can do it almost flat, that right-hander at the end of the straight. Turned in slightly too early for that one. Turned in slightly too late for that one. Still going to be a quicker time, I think, though. If I don't mess this up. Yes, that's the quickest time. I know I can do a high 7. I am running race fuel as well. Oh! No, got on the power slightly too early. Slight shame there. Someone's gone off ahead, I think. They've gone back to the pits, I hope. Or is it just the fact of someone cutting? So this lap's going to be better, even though I messed it up earlier on, I think. That's a mess up. There's a yellow flag, someone sitting on the top of the paddock hill gravel. Back end went slightly loose on the entry, put me off turning in. Much better on the power that time. Left it in 6th, kind of dragging down the straight. Yeah, that was quite poor. Oh, someone's sitting in the gravel at the top there as well. I don't think there's any other beamers in the field, so I'm going to pull off. I think that might be pole, but we'll wait and see. We will wait and see. Oh. Tell you what, that's quite close actually. It's closer than I was expecting. This Miles Dixon seems to have turned up his game from practice. Oh, he's just pipped me again. Oh, I say me, he's just pipped the other guy. 128.4. At the end of the day, if I don't get pole, it's not the end of the world. If it's rear wheel drive, I'll be first by the first turn anyway, so it's not the problem. Couple of seconds left of the session. Don't think anyone's going to be able to pit me. Yeah, so he's just going to cross the line now to start his last lap. The closest guy to me, Johnny. So on this last lap, can he find 0.27 of a second realistically? Probably can. I know he's quick in GT, in ACC rather. So time up. People jumping back to the pits already.
Okay, Pro Lobby, congratulations, Tom O'Farrell, pole position. So you get the bonus point. And that's significant that neither of our title contenders get that bonus point, and that sets up for an interesting race. Pro Lobby, feel free to kick back and watch the stream for a little bit. We are going to start the Pro Am Lobby for their first race up in just a few moments.
Sorry for stealing the points, guys. Okay, so let's go and watch the stream. Okay, so I think I've now got the sound for the live stream, so you guys can watch the live stream via me, hopefully. Let's have a look.
Angus is extreme, but it's very regular. It's a very much a roller coaster type track. It's not flat like
Boring
at all. Prime example. There we go. Lovely shot there of Paddock Hill Bend. It's one of the corners I really dread because I always get this wrong. Slightly negative camber, really sudden drop, and the apex is almost blind as you're coming into the braking zone. So it's a very, very tricky corner to get. Right now, qualifying, as you can see, for race 1 is done. 9 drivers take the grid. 10 drivers, beg your pardon, take the grid. 2 S broadcasters, so you can ignore those at the back. And so Trev Hummer has taken the top spot. There he is, our Native American. That wasn't the sentence I was aiming for, but I'll stick with it anyway. He's certainly been called worse. With the milker-coloured Alpha next to him, Martin Degala, Mark Holmes, Chris Fisher take on row 2. Stefan Geigu and Sieben Stoll, row 3. Steve Hilton and Alistair Pollock. Glad to see Alistair on the grid following his issues. Oh, we have an 11th driver that's just appeared. So that's Steve Hilton and Alistair Pollock take on row 4. Van Binsbergen, I think that is, and Adam Bent, Adam, a late joiner to the session, on row 5. And El Molnar, that's a name. I feel like I should know that name, and it's completely left me who that is. Jump to that one, would you, Steve, please? Steve Proudly, in control of our cameras as always. Glad to have his excellent support on. But who is car number 33? Not 100% certain.
He's a wild card entry. Just a big question mark.
Yeah. There's Jan van Binsbergen, Dutch contingent from in the number 22 Alfa Romeo. Can you jump to car number 33 in 11th position, please, Mr. Proudly? So we get Lorenzo Molnar. Yes, I knew I'd recognise the name. We have seen him racing in this series before. Or I've certainly seen him in SSR races before. Yes, I knew I'd recognise the name and it completely left me. Forgive me, Lorenzo. You can batter me with a stick later. So he has.
That's what he's into. Fair enough.
Alpha. I think I have a feeling he wasn't in qualifying, which is why he's starting from the back. This man is certainly looking to overhaul that very small.
Should be going
point is all he is behind the Degala Alfa Romeo with Mark Holmes.
Cool.
Needs a bit of luck on his side, but he is there and ready to go. There we go. The Shumi get well soon. Very much agree with that particular sentiment. I salute you, sir. Amanda Degala, he had a tangle with. Was it Mark Holmes? He had a tangle with it. Yes, it was him and Mark Holmes that tangled Okiyama, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, you're absolutely right there. What's really interesting about the top 3, though, is they're all in championship contention here. Interestingly enough, Hummer, like you said, is 4 points, 4 points, I think, behind Degala in the championship, but it's 5 points for difference between each position.
He needs to improve his mic, I think.
Between his top 3.
Absolutely. So we're not going to be seeing anything left on the table. They're only 15-minute sprint races anyway, so anyone not familiar
18-minute
with the setup of the VTCC...
Here we go, lights.
Never mind, I'll explain it later, because we're going to get underway. Lights are on, ready for race number 1, and we are away. It's a bit of a steady start from Trev. Cuts off Martin Degala, successfully gets across. Mark Holmes has had a really good start, trying to actually push his way through on the inside line. Can't do it in the events, has to hold on. At the moment, looking further down, there's our late joiner, Lorenzo Molnar. Looks like everybody is survived. Whoa,
oh, he's messed up the braking.
Oh, I spoke too soon.
Oh, someone else is facing the wrong way.
Gives Lorenzo Molnar a big old punch in the face. Oh dear, oh dear. Trouble for those in the back, but look at this. Is this not what we love from Touring Cars? Wow,
Someone,
Trev Hummer.
bit of lag there, I
Cracking
think.
the start as he's come out of Graham Hill Bend through Surtees. That's also a very, very difficult corner. Very easy to introduce yourself to the gravel trap as Jan van Binsbergen almost runs into the back of Steve Hilton, coming through that very turn. Now going through Pilgrim's Drop, heading towards Hawthorne. Martin DeGala is fending off Mark Holmes as best he can. Adam Bent has just swapped position with Lorenzo Molnar following his... Well, he's having an argument for 9th position now. Look at Trev Hummer, 1.5 seconds to the good already.
Yeah, this is a fantastic start. We do have to bear in mind there will be success ballast, you know, based on their finishing positions. But what a fantastic start! Look at that, multiple car lengths ahead.
Forgot about
I just have to
success
put a little
ballast.
bit of pitch out there for Alistair Pollock in 6th place. Didn't see a lot of him at Okayama. Really struggled in the Ford, but he's in 6th place, and a top 5 finish would be perfect for the guy in the Ford.
Absolutely. You know, coming from, like exactly as you say, technical trouble to being a solid midfield. That's Steve Hilton side by side with Jan van Binsbergen. Lovely effort there. It's, oh, that got a bit dicey. The Alfa Romeo fending off the advances of the Audi, but it's the Alfa that comes out on top. Stefan Geigud side by side and now ahead of Chris Fisher, and we see Mark Holmes having an argument with Martin DeGala. Just at the bottom of the shot, Hilton and Van Binsbergen. That's a really tricky name to say quickly. Yeah, having their own argument for 7th position. Look at this. Trev Hummer is gone. There he is. He's checked out.
Nearly 3 seconds.
Great effort there.
Fantastic.
Go Milka Powers, Sebastian Detoliner in chat. Yeah, I think it was you the one that mentioned it last time out, if memory serves. Look at that. This is playing perfectly into Trev Hummer's hands, but exactly as you say, Aaron, they will have success ballast based on their finishing results for races 2 and 3. So we will see, or will potentially see, a change in the pecking order. We will see as we head now down, starting to come downhill again towards, well, going through Dingledale, heading towards Sheens. That's a very blind apex there. That camera doesn't do it any justice.
Oh, someone's off in the
That,
background.
however, is what tends to happen as we see, I think it was Stefan Geigud flying off the road. That's a shame, all the way up to 4th, and then just one mistake down the Sheens. I've been off at that point many, many times, doing exactly that, pushing too hard on that blind apex. The car doesn't want to stick, and you're off into the dust, but he rejoins in 7th place.
Yeah, what a fantastic start though from Trev Hummer. Martin DeGala in 2nd place though. These two guys battling 2nd and 3rd, DeGala and Holmes. These are old rivalries reborn. At Okayama, they were getting in each other's way really, and they cost each other a couple of places, and it got quite frustrated between the two. This looks relatively clean. I have seen though Holmes flashing the lights to see if to break the will of Martin DeGala. It's not worked, and it looks like DeGala is starting to stretch away a bit.
I think Mark may have been a little bit slow coming out of Druids. It looked okay from this camera angle, but he has definitely lost a tenth or two to the Milka-powered Alfa Romeo.
Just
of
clip the
DeGala,
curb on the exit there with the
Martin DeGala was
inside of the tyre, which just made him wiggle a bit.
Geigud fending off the advances of Jan Binsbergen coming through that same corner. Now Pilgrim's Drop. Can the Alfa Romeo overhaul the Audi again? There at the bottom of the shot is, I think that was Alistair Pollock actually in the Ford up to 5th position. Great to see him doing well in the Ford. Geigud at the moment.
Oh, that's a cut.
That's not how you use it. You may be in trouble for taking Westfield like that. Moving on.
and that's one of the, he's really highlighting one of the problems here at Brands Hatch is you know, track position is key, but it's almost blind in some corners, so you've really got to get the measure of the track, measure of the car, but you can't see where you're going, so it is very, very difficult, and if you don't have that confidence, then you will struggle for lap times.
Completely. Adam Bent, sadly, usually found in the commentary box, particularly for the pro-owned contingent, opted to join the race tonight, but he has oh, never mind about that, Mark Holmes! My
That's a late
goodness,
dive.
how did you slow that down? I did not think he'd make the apex, but a big move on the inside line of Martin DeGala. Now, the Alfa tried to turn in, but he just couldn't. Mark had already committed to the line. It was a fair move.
I don't think DeGala saw him, to be honest.
He's had a bit of a compromise line through Graham Hill Bend. Now the Alfa Romeo on the inside line coming into Surtees. Can he hold it, or will the Toyota have the momentum on the outside? Still side by side now. So when they're coming up through Pilgrim's Drop, Mark Holmes going to have the inside line coming towards Hawthorne. Can he get to the racing line? No, he's
Trying to
gonna
move
have
over on him.
compromise line through the fast right-hander.
Oh, he's a bit of a wiggle, the Toyota.
No, they're now going to switch positions. The Alfa Romeo is going to have the inside line. Chris Fisher is having a look at this, probably licking his lips, wanting to get involved in it. But Mark Holmes just about fends off the number 488 Alfa Romeo. Great stuff.
That was fantastic there. Great awareness from both drivers. And it has to be said that
slight running
Holmes,
wide.
he was trying to get on that racing line, and it must have been the radar in his car, because he was moving back, you know, left and right, trying to get in front of Martin DeGarlo. It wasn't meant to be, but he's still running that tight line, that compromised line, as he goes back out towards the racing line. He's clear at the moment. I think he's got a nice big gap now, and he can focus on catching Trev Hummer, who's taking this race by storm.
7.7 seconds to the good for the American out in car number 404. Very nicely done. Tiny bit of breathing space now for Mark Holmes as he continues to try and fend off the advances of Martin DeGarlo. There is our race leader. You can't even see these two in the same camera shots as Trev Hummer. Trev has done exactly what he needed to do.
8 seconds up the road. Fantastic, Trev.
Straighten up there for Martin DeGarlo, but he's made that one work. Chris Fisher, he's looming just a second behind. Ooh, in the second of the Fisher Motorsports Toyotas. Can't quite see Alistair Pollock. Now the battle here, this is a battle for 7. Stefan Geigu and Jan van Binsbergen still carrying on. There we go. You get out the shot there with Steve Hilton. So that's about...
both of them really running wide. They're getting on the power too early.
That's very easy to do, but that's going to cost you a lot of time. Well, hell, not sending that one into the wall. Now, because Jan had gone too deep into Surtees, you carried that mistake a very, very long way. As we cut back to the battle for second position, Mark Holmes still fending off Martin DeGarlo. They're building the gap back with Chris Fisher now. It's nearly 2 seconds between these two and the next Toyota in line. There is Chris Fisher. So even though they're really hustling each other hard, they are not costing each other time yet, or not costing each other any more time than they have done leading up to now.
Yeah, and you've got to bear in mind as well that Holmes is 16 points behind Trev Hummer. He is, 16 points behind. No, it is Trev Hummer. Is it?
Oh, no, beg your pardon. Yeah, he's 16 behind Trev. Yes, correct.
Yeah, and he's so close. I mean, he's gaining a 5-point advantage here. You know, and with 3 races to go, if he keeps this up, it's still not going to be enough. He's going to have to do something that involves beating Trev Hummer, which seems very unlikely at this point, as he's exceeded another second in that last lap. He's now up to 8.6 seconds difference between Holmes and Hummer, and it looks like DeGarlo is starting to wind it up here a little bit. Definitely more confident as the chaser.
Certainly seems to be, and it's costing Holmes time against Trev Hummer. Trev is just in the groove. He is long gone. But there's Chris Fisher. He's just really struggling to maintain the pace of the two ahead of him. That is amazing stuff from Holmes and DeGarlo at the moment. Now, coming through, Hawthorne Bend, fast right-hander, heading towards, down the Derek Minter Straight, down into Westfield Bend. This is where we saw it was Steve Hilton making a, shall we say, exploratory at the inside line. Dingles out, now into Sheens. Very blind right-hand apex, as mentioned. Very easy to fly off the road. Down now towards Sterling's. One of my favourite corners, banked left-hander. It's almost tempted to just chuck it in too hard because it's banked. The car just grips really nicely, but if it spits you out rather nastily, the wall will await you with loving arms. Great lap then from Holmes. He's built up about, it's probably the biggest gap he's had all night to DeGarlo, around about 0.6 of a second. There is Steve Hilton, as mentioned, took that exploratory line through Westfield Bend earlier on. He's closing in on Alistair Pollock in the Ford. He's having a much stronger race this week, up into 5th position now for the solo represented Ford. So a potential battle for him there. Looks like he's closed that gap to within a second. So we are looking at a battle for 5th position, hopefully before the checkered flag falls.
Yeah, this is a battle that may start to explode. It does look like he's catching them up. Steve Hilton,
Bent's come out the pits.
very good in the mid-pack. He's had a very strong start to this race. But Alistair Pollock, we didn't see his potential at Oklahoma.
9.5 seconds.
As you said, with hardware issues, it's very difficult to get the measure of someone's driver skill when they're having those kind of issues. But it doesn't look like that now, and he's driving really, really strong.
I've been corrected on the pronunciation of Mr. Van Binsbergen. It's Jari Van Binsbergen. I've been saying Jan all night. My apologies. It's something I do try and make an effort to get right. I'm very keen on getting drivers' identities correct, so consider my wrist slap for that one. Jari Van Binsbergen in 7th position.
You kept calling me Tim
DeGarlo is starting
last
to
time out.
back in again on Mark Holmes. Well, saying that it looks closer, the timing reckons is around about 0.7 of a second. Thought it looked a bit closer than that, in fairness. But onwards they go then. Mark Holmes, again, lovely exit through Clark and down Brabham Straight again.
Yeah, Holmes is gone now unless he makes a mistake.
Look at that. That's good. Half a second quicker for Mark Holmes now. My goodness, he's certainly found the groove of brands.
Yeah, definitely, and I'm one of those people when it comes to hot lapping brands.
Oh!
Oh, that's a huge off. Sorry there, Alistair Pollock completely missing the driving line through Paddock Hill Bend there. So easy to do, and there's only one place you're going to end up, and that's building sandcastles in the sandpit. So the other fact that he's lost one position, very, very minor. Plenty of space behind him, and I wonder if he can, get himself together and try and challenge Steve Hilton. But a 6th place would still do it.
10.5 seconds for Trev.
Yep.
Off the lead. That's impressive.
I've been into many.
He's lapping. What's this? Adam Bent, I think.
Trev Hammer is putting a lap on. That'll be Adam Bent, assumedly. So it just goes to show how well Trev is doing, how much others have struggled. That will be Adam Bent. That's just been lapped.
Oh, Adam Bent's gone off.
Molnar, we have lost Lorenzo Molnar. Now I did see he'd gone off road just before he went into the pits. As Martin de Gallo seems really strong in that second. Oh no, that's Holmes. He's gone off for Surtees.
Did say.
I was just about to say that de Gallo seems really strong in that middle section, and Mark Holmes has thrown it all away from being a second in front to now being a second behind.
That was so easy to do. You were talking about that earlier on, though. It's so easy to throw your car in, and I would agree with you if you're in a rear-wheel drive car. But you've really got to be careful of the throttle application when you're exiting that corner, because it will just spit you out into the sand trap. Now, whether he's got sand in his tyres, a bit of dirt, is he going to have that traction he needs, that grip that he needs to catch the Gullah back up? We'll see. He's 2 seconds behind, and he's only got 5 minutes left. I don't know if he's going to be able to catch him back up.
Oh, I mean, he does look like he's had the pace advantage, but he's really going to have to press hard now to close in on de Gallo. And de Gallo knows all he has to do is just follow his line. Doesn't have to do anything silly. Unless Trev ever falls off the road, I mean no disrespect, but Martin de Gallo is not like...
He is 11 seconds up the road, though.
11.5 seconds in 5 minutes. So he just needs to hang on now to that second position, just needs to follow his line. 2.5 seconds for Mr. Holmes. Has he pushed too hard? Are those tyres completely ruined? It would seem to be, because he hasn't found that groove again. Oh, that would be Adam Bent's car we've just seen. Oops, there we go. It's Chris Fisher wandering a bit too wide. So both of the Fisher Toyotas are struggling a little bit. There's Steve Hilton now up to 5th position, as we saw Alistair Pollock have his trouble fly off the road earlier on. So Steve Hilton now minding his own business. The field's spread out a little bit at this stage, but with only 4.5 minutes to go of the first race. As a reminder, there's 3 races in each lobby, so we're going to be covering all 6 races tonight.
Oh,
3
yes.
for the Pro-Ams and 3 for the pros, until all the championships are tied up. There is Jari Van
I've got the first point for tonight.
Putting
it on pole.
As we just saw the colourful Audi. There he is.
Which you would have seen if you were with us a few minutes ago.
A little bit cautious coming through Surtees. Oh no, that's Stefan Geiger going for an explore. And that's not the first time
Locking up there by the sounds of it.
that particular gravel trap over at Sheen's. So there's people still struggling out there. There is Adam Bent. So representing the commentators, is struggling a little bit, but by his own admission, he hasn't practiced for tonight. So to be fair to him, he has literally just jumped in and got on with it, which is much more difficult to do than it seems. There is Martin de Gallo now, 3.3 seconds to the good. Yeah, I think Mark Holmes just pushed his tyres a bit too hard. Now he doesn't seem to have an answer for the Milka-powered Alpha.
Yeah, great strategy really from Martin de Gallo. He did make a few mistakes, and sometimes I feel like when he's leading a battle, he does look shaky, kind of driving in the rearview mirror. But once he became that chaser, he started to find the groove, work out what his opponents are doing, how they're driving, and it kind of sets you up how to take brands out, especially when you're a bit nervous. So you get into that routine of sequences.
Someone else is doing
a bunch of sequences at the end of the day, and he's absolutely nailed it. So fair play to Martin de Gallo. He definitely deserves his second spot.
I thought we'd lost Jari van Binsbergen there, but no, he just had a lag moment there. So if he disappears from the server, he will show as DNF, and then he will reappear again in his original position. There's our race leader, in case you've forgotten who it is. Trev Hummer for AJR Motorsport. Nearly 12 seconds to the good now. Can just really coast. Couple of laps to go then. Just shy of 3 minutes left on the clock. And wow, it's been absolutely flawless. It's really good to see that Trevor's had a real opportunity to shine, because he's had he's obviously had good luck because he's still in championship contention. But last week just really hit him quite hard. He had a fairly decent run in the third race. He even was challenging some of the pros for a while. But on he goes, nonetheless, just doing his own thing now. Has nothing to worry about, which sometimes can be, it can be easy to take your eye off the ball and fly off the road. I've done that myself. I haven't led particularly well, although I have won here, but I fought my way up to the top. So championship update, I've also just noticed. As things stand, so if the race were to finish as it is now, Trev Hummer would take the championship lead by 2 points from Degala and 17 points back for Mark Holmes. So obviously puts his position not mathematically impossible, but would need a lot of luck with the success ballast in race number 2.
Yeah, you're absolutely right there. I mean, like 11 seconds is a huge amount, in terms of distance over such a short period of time. But in overall, it's 2 points difference. So, and if you're Degala, you're looking at this and you're thinking, wow, he's absolutely flying here, Brands Hatch. What can I do to ensure I win the championship? And you've got to be thinking, he's got to be leading that race. He's got to make that early move if he can. I mean, Trev Hummer was away by 2 seconds, I think, by the time lap 1 ended. So he doesn't really have that much time to do it, but Degala
So I think there's a 5-minute wait
think outside the box if he wants to keep
for
Hummer
us
in check.
after
True, but we saw
this
how much of a
race.
difference
So this
the
race has got a
success
minute
ballast
left.
made last time out at Okayama. That really highlighted
I think this
the
might,
effect having that
what they're
extra weight
doing,
makes.
120
That
something,
could well
I think,
make
aren't
a
they?
big difference. It might
Lap
make
times.
absolutely no difference whatsoever because Trev Hammer has what would seem to be such a big pace advantage. Now, yeah, a lot of his gap was built up whilst Martin Degala and Mark Holmes were fighting over that position, but since that battle for second has been pretty much resolved, that gap has continued to increase. So Trev Hammer is really in the groove tonight as we jump to Alistair Pollock, who's closed back in.
Not the greatest of camera angles, if I'm
back in
going
on
to be
Steve
honest.
Hilton. So there is a
Right,
battle
here
for
we go.
fifth. Now, it wasn't the other way around when I originally made that particular proclamation until Alistair sadly flew off the road. But still a strong performance from Alistair then. For
Pro-Am are just on their final lap.
18th, yes.
So Pro
Just as
Pro
we said,
lobby,
he quite
please
off the
get
road.
yourselves
Is-
ready for
is Strav gonna slow
the
down
lobby.
and
It will
make
go
it
up.
off? Thought he would. He
in
slipped
about,
to take the flag there. So
yeah,
you'll
just
win
checking.
there. For race
Probably
number one,
about
big old
about
donut
2
there
minutes.
is Trev
So not
Hummer
long.
in the 404. Second, Martin
So that's race
Degala.
director
I
just
did
coming
wonder
over
whether
us.
Trev would slow down because he was going to beat him by about 2 seconds if he carried on. Mark Holmes comes over the line in third. Chris Fisher will take fourth position in the next Toyota. Lead Audi over the line is going to be Steve Hilton. But the battle, look at that. Oh, Alistair Pollock would have loved an extra lap to try and overhaul Steve Hilton, but it's not going to be. So Hilton takes fifth, Pollock in sixth. Jari van Binsbergen just about fends off Sebring Stoll for seventh place. Adam Bent has already crossed the line a lap down. Stefan Gaigu is going to cross the line a distant ninth position. Oh, he struggled there at Sterling's again. Lovely stationary camera. So there, race number one for the Pro-Ams is done. Trev Hummer taking top honours. And I really do hope we get a chance to have a chat to him as we will head over to our pro
Perfect. So
contingent very
we're
shortly.
going
So we're
to
now going to have the first
wait
race
on the
for the
stream
pros.
there because we are about to go live, I think, racing. So just trying to see how long we've got. I haven't been told the server's up. I can't see the server up at the moment. No, it's not up yet, just yet, which is great. So we'll check the Discord as well. Pro is now up. Okay, so I think I've got 5 minutes to get into it.
Okay, Pro Lobby, your race lobby is up. So race lobby 1 is up for Pro Lobby.
It's probably the wrong time to say I need a wee as well. Oh, brilliant. So I'm just waiting for it to load. Oh, you can probably hear by my steering wheel shaking. That means we're loaded in. Trying to keep an eye on something else as well at the same time, which doesn't really help. See how long we've got left on this? 4 minutes. Okay, so I can go back to what I was doing. Excuse me. Come on. It's that one, I think. Is that the right button? Yes, there we go. Make sure I put my setup on. See the wheels pop out because of the camber. And we wait. Ah, brilliant. Okay, so just under 2 minutes to go. Race 1, I start on pole. Making sure. Now my tyres I've done so that they come in after a few laps. I think I've got enough fuel because we're doing 18 minutes, I think, the race. Not that that says, because I worked it out earlier. Quick sip of iron brew. I'd better put it up there so I don't knock it over. Let's go to grid. Oh. Here we go, come on. Race 1 for the pros. There is a championship battle and I'm not in it because I'm only doing the last 2 rounds. Lights are coming on, which means 10 seconds to go.
Good luck, guys.
Don't get the wheel spin. So my tyre pressures, you can see down the bottom right there, are still quite low, so I need to really watch them for the first 2 laps. Now they're quite a lot quicker than me in a straight line, these front wheel drive cars. I think I'm the only rear wheel drive car on the grid. This is the one that might catch me out. And it has slightly caught me out. With the low tyre pressures. Just need to keep it calm. Don't do anything silly. As I say, don't do anything silly. Like that. Just trying to hold him up a bit, because I know my tyres still haven't come in. This is my danger zone, because I know he's so much quicker in a straight line. This is the issue, he's so much quicker in a straight line. Neither of us are wanting to give an inch. I've left him enough room. But you know that's going to happen. Just holding him on the apex. That's what I mean, he's so much quicker in a straight line. Shit. Damn it. Just need to get in my flow. Tyre temps, or tyre pressures rather, still haven't come fully up. He knows I'm quicker through the corners than him. What I don't want to do is catch his rear. Sounded like a madness. This is where he just pulls away. See how much quicker I am through there. Oh. Here's where I'm quicker. There's not many places, if any, to pass. It's either going to be a pass into that corner we've just gone through, or I don't know. Might be a pass into this corner, thinking about it. That was a good move. He's trying to push me onto that curb. Because he knew I'd get wheel spin. Running me out of road now. I think he's wanting to get his teammate past.
Could we please refrain from flashing the lights, please?
That's aimed at me. it's so irritating. I can't find a way past. Come on. Might have to do a touring car move. He slid and I couldn't get the better of him. That was huge. That could have been the end of it right there. It said refrain from flashing the lights, so it doesn't mean I'm not allowed to. It just says I need to try not to. This might be it. No, I've lost it. No. Oh, damn it! God damn it! Come on! Minutes to try and get back up there. That's not going to happen, is it? Well, I've got the fastest lap, so probably going to get another one. Tyres are slightly overheated. The thing, I have to try and avoid people that brake in stupid places. No. Yes, if I didn't lift slightly to avoid the back of Johnny's Audi, I wouldn't have spun. Should have just hit the back of him. So for race 2, I think I'm going to increase the tyre pressure so that my tyres come in quicker. Might mean at the end of the race, like it is now, they're all full. But gutted with that. Absolutely gutted. No, fuming with that. What was that? 5th? Yeah. Ah.
Congrats, guys. If the top 3 could make their way through to the interview room, that was some epic racing, as always on the stream. That looked brilliant. And yeah, looking forward to race 2. So Pro Am Lobby has just gone up. You guys have got a bit of a break, but we'll see you back here in about 20 minutes' time.
Just having a look at some of these comments. Someone says, no, such a shame.
Yeah, we'll give it a try race through.
So, how is the ballast going to feel this time? Pretty heavy, probably.
Yeah, because the tires die after about 5-10 minutes already. So the last 8 minutes you're just understeering. So,
Cool. Best of luck for race number 2.
Here we go.
Thank you very much, Miles Dixon. Right, we're going to have to be very quick when we speak to our other 2 because we're already looking at the grid for the race 2 for Pro-Ams. Regan, wow, what a... Well, you all had a lot to do, but Regan Mitchell, my goodness me, you had a great ringside seat for Johnny, Miles, Tom, and well, you would have been in it, but I think you had great tickets.
Yeah, it was a good viewing.
Did you think
This guy doesn't give a turd, does he?
Or was it a case of just struggling to maintain that pace?
I think I had pace, but I was a bit inconsistent, so it just worked out that way.
So with the ballast you're going to have, are you looking forward to race
Right,
2?
mini cheddars time.
Let's get it over with.
Best of luck for race 2. Thank you very much, Regan Mitchell.
Thank you.
And very quickly, Johnny Seville.
Hello.
Well, yet again, top honours, but you said that you weren't looking forward to the success ballast that you're going to have. Same again this time?
I feel a little bit more confident this time, although that BMW, it shouldn't be trouble for the first part of the race, certainly. Yeah, unfortunate for him, Tom, because we were having a great battle. I couldn't always tell where he was, to be honest, because he was just so close behind. Yeah, that was a lot of fun, though. Yeah.
We had a lot of fun screaming about it. Unfortunately, I haven't got any more time to ask you anything else. We're going to head straight to race 2 for Pro-Ams. Best of luck for
nice of him.
race 2. Thank you very much, Jonathan Seville.
Cheers, thank you.
So here we are then, race 2 for the Pro-Ams. Trev Hummer and Martin DeGallo with their customary positions up front.
Well.
Mark Holmes, Chris Fisher, row 2. Steve Hilton, Alistair Pollock, row 3. Yari van Binsbergen and Siebert Stoll, row 4. Stefan Geiger and Adam
blooming
Benz,
hard
row
work.
5 with Molinar and Stefan de Groot, rather than Cohen de Groot. Oh, at the tail end of the field. We have the second de Groot in our mix. I think it's Stefan is the second de Groot, if I remember correctly. I'll probably be told off for getting the name wrong again.
Just for
it is Stefan Groot.
I'll just mute the commentator. So just for as you've just joined us, what's happening is there's 2 different grids. So you got the Pro and the Pro-Am. I'm in the Pro, yeah. So the Pro-Ams went first, and I had to sit here and watch their race for 18 minutes. Then we had a 5-minute gap, and we went into the Pro race, which is what I've just finished, 18 minutes, and this is now the Pro-Am's second. This is the second race for the Pro-Ams. So go back to comms.
Try and capitalise. My goodness me, the milk.
That's a dive.
Stoll. Siebert Stoll. We saw him rubbing doors with Adam Ben further back. He's gone off the road. And look how defensive DeGala's going now.
I am here.
Really feel the ballast. Whoa, that's
Hilton. That's a laggy Hilton as well.
He's capitalising that.
Sounds like one of the new Hilton modified brands.
So the Alpha's really showing what they're made of here. Well, that's going to be a difficult drag race for Martin DeGallo to win. Still, side by side, coming down Pilgrim's Drop
Alpha versus
into
Alpha.
Hawthorne Bend. Oh, Yuri van Binsbergen's like, hold my beer. I've got this. Oh, nearly takes the nose off of
Drink racing.
DeGallo,
Oh, that's a run wide. That's going to lose him. He might spin there.
Chris Fisher's gone through to 4th. Guy
Oh, he kept it going.
Binsbergen dropping down to 8th position now. Adam Bent's gone off the road. My goodness me, yet again, can't keep up. Great problem to have.
Yeah, DeGala though, showing early signs of frustration there. Going into Druids, with the car already up his inside, he turned into the car, which then he bounced off and lost numerous positions. Well, he lost quite a few positions, and then he's having to fight his way back. And I kind of feel like for DeGala, it's all or nothing, but that wasn't the greatest start he could have had.
No, indeed, as you can see on the tower, Stephen Stoll and Stefan de Groot having an argument for 9th position, beg your pardon, as DeGala then fending off what must feel like the entire world right behind him is Fisher. Geiger's gone very deep going into Druids, but does manage to hold it. Stefan Geiger slows that Audi down just about. There's Hilton having a look at the inside line, coming down towards Graham Hill Bend. Alistair Pollock is there in 7th position. There's Seaboon Stoll. We saw him bounce off of Adam Ben earlier on. And now in 9th position with Stefan de Groot right with him. Adams had his own troubles in 11th. Lorenzo Molnar sadly having his own difficulties at the tail end of the field. Back up into the battle for currently 3rd position. Look at this. That's 3rd to 7th in this train with Yuri van Binsbergen. He'll definitely rejoin it because bear in mind his car's much lighter than those ahead of him. So this is going to be a wonderful scrap to the flag.
Yeah, absolutely, and now it's time, really showcase time for Holmes. You know, he was caught up and embroiled with DeGala in battle for most of race 1. Race 2, he's got that clean air. It's all about setting those lap times and trying to maintain and decrease that distance of 2-second gap to Trev Hummer. Trev Hummer's already got in the space of a couple of laps, so he is absolutely flying. A tall order for Holmes, but this is the perfect time to do it.
Trev was pretty confident coming into this race. Bear in mind, he's got the heaviest car, and if he wins again, he'll still have the heaviest car going into the 3rd race. So, Trev Hummer, 2.2 seconds to the good now over Mark Holmes. That's Chris Fisher's gone deep. Oh, Stefan Geiger was alert there. Didn't take out the number 32. Sorry, the number 87. He's number 32. That's going to put him into the clutches of Steve Hilton, but doesn't lose another position though. Hilton not able to capitalise on that. Oh, that's deep again for Fisher, but that's even deeper for Geigo. Stefan Geigo way too deep going into Graham Hill, Ben. That just goes to show how the characteristics of these cars really change when you put ballast in them. Generally, you'll practice with the car as light as it can be. And Brands is a track that most people know, but they don't necessarily know what it's like to drive with very heavy cars unless you distinctly practice that. So, yeah, we will see what these people are able to do. And that's Steve Hilton wide, but he does manage to keep that position ahead of Alistair Pollock going through Hawthorne, now into Westfield. Alistair was a little more cautious this time, but that may well earn him more positions as the race goes on if he's going to try and conserve his tyres. We saw how the tyre drop-off really affected some drivers in race 1 for both lobbies. As Chris Fisher again has gone a little bit deep, trying to chase off after Stefan Geigo. My goodness me, it's yet again, it's all action.
It is, and I have to say, I really like the look of that Focus. If I was rated AC, that would be my car of choice. It looks fantastic. No, I do like it. So, fantastic for Mr. Pollock to be the sole representative in that car. On board with Mr. Fisher in 5th place, who is looking extremely confident on the back of Geigo. And it has to be said as well, mind Degala. Oh, look up the inside there. Up the inside of Geigo into turn 2. Fantastic. Gets the job done. Swipes across over the track to get that track position, and he will have the track position to turn 3. Fantastic. No defending there available from Geigo.
Yeah, Chris Fisher got that one really properly nailed going into Joyce. I seem to remember, I know that the spelling
a bit wide there though.
Stefan's surname is not how I'm pronouncing it. I'm pretty sure I was told to pronounce it as Geigo. I'm sure he himself told me that. Either way, that's what I'm sticking with, and I'm damned if I'm changing right now. So Chris Fisher is got that 4th position now ahead of the number 32 Audi, the lead Audi on the field. There you can see in that shot Mark Holmes and Martin Degala. Oh, here we go again. Holmes and Degala closing it. Well, Degala closing in on Mark Holmes. 1.4 seconds separate those two. 4.2 seconds, even more than that now. Trev Hummer has got that advantage. He is just untouchable tonight. Now I've said it. Hopefully I haven't just commentated cursed him. There's Jari van Binsbergen on the back of Alistair Pollock, so the Ford having to defend hard against the second of the Alfa Romeos in the field. But there's cars all in short order now. This field comes spread out. It took a bit longer than this, but they did all spread out towards the end of the race. They were not seeing that, certainly in this midfield pack at the moment, as Binsbergen looks really ready to go on the Ford.
Yeah, I just want to update you though, Degala 0.8 faster than lap than Holmes. He is catching. He was 2 seconds at the beginning of the last lap. Now he's down to almost a second, and he is that gap is coming down. So we could have a battle for second very soon.
Well, I'm going to have a look and see what the lap.
Oh,
just got his rear tyre on the grass.
He's partly gone. He caught that one quite well, but that's going to drop him
Lost
down
3
behind.
places.
Van Binsbergen and Alistair Pollock down to 8th position. Oh, shame. One simple
Here's my
mistake
back.
has sent him off. Adam Penn in the bits again. He's not getting any better. Stefan de Groot is out of the race. He's had trouble in the late joining number 430 Alfa Romeo. A great shame for him, but here comes Jari van Binsbergen on the inside line, coming up into Hawthorns. It's brave if you can do it. Alistair Pollock gave the necessary racing room, but Jari backs out of that one just about in time. Didn't cost them too much time. Nicely done. Steve Hilton in touching distance for the Ford as well. So Alistair Pollock keeping eyes forward and aft as at the back of the shot we see Stephen Stoll. And, Stephen Stoll behind, there he is in the very colourful Audi, number 68 Audi, looking to get involved.
So my fastest lap was a 1:28.424.
Also behind Jari. There is Degala,
which is
been charging off after Mark Holmes to see what the lap times are this time. What's
about
the gap?
0.4 of a second quicker than anyone
nearly
else.
identical lap times that time. 1:30.9 between the two. I think Mark Holmes was. I was about to say he's a couple of hundredths quicker, but then he flew off the road. Going
It's also quicker than
he's lost that second position.
Johnny's qualifying time as well. So.
Another couple of seconds is exactly what he did last time. He flew off the road. Well, actually, it was Degala that went off the road. And no, I was right first time. It was Mark Holmes that flew off the road and lost 2 seconds to Degala. Now Chris Fisher is looking to get involved in his seemingly customary 4th position at this stage. Hopefully Mark Holmes has got an answer to Martin Degala, but judging by those last lap times, it's difficult to see. As Pollock's actually got
Evening again, Pro Lobby.
Here we go, race director.
Fantastic there, yeah, great,
So I've got a
great
points
consistency.
update for
I
you.
feel like Mind Degala suffers from the same same
Have we got Roy and yes, we do. We've got you both in. So your points update. Following that last result, Johnny is now 15 points clear at the top of the championship. Roy in second. So the points gap as it stands at the moment. If Johnny wins race 2, Roy must be second. So the championship could be won in the next race. If Johnny wins and Roy is third or lower, the championship will go to Johnny. If Johnny is second, then Roy must finish third or fourth. If he's any lower than fourth, then again it's championship to Johnny. If Johnny's third, then it goes on, and then we've got dropped points to take into account from Roy as well. So let's just focus on that. But I think basically Roy needs to beat Johnny, obviously, or finish one position or two positions behind, depending on where Johnny finishes. So it could be one in the next race. And there's an equally close battle, actually. In fact, an even closer battle for what is currently fifth and what's possibly going to be the third overall, because we've got two drivers not here. Aaron and Regan are 3 points apart. So Aaron currently 3 points ahead of Regan. Obviously, we'll keep you updated on that one as the night goes on as well, because that could end up being the battle for third overall. So yeah, there we go. Points update.
Thanks, Toby.
It's an interesting one. I don't stand any chance in getting into the top 10, so
and you're not too confident with the track.
in the championship standings anyway.
If I get third in one more event, I swear.
As he was using every available pixel
Gonna quit forever.
that he could use. Yeah, so Ford versus Audi versus Alpha in this particular pack, and any one of them could make a move on the other. As there you go now, Hilton looks.
Oh, it's running wide, the Alpha.
For that fifth position, I wondered where Van Binsbergen was going. He was a little bit too deep going through Clark. That's going to be costly. Is Steve Hilton going to banzai that on the inside of Paddock Hill? I think he's going to wait for Drew. Is a much better position to do that. He took a much better line. That's going to give him a great exit. But can Pollock defend? No, Pollock doesn't go to that inside line. I think he realises the game is up on that one. But no, he's given racing room. Hilton could not get alongside the Ford on the entrance to Druids, but that's not going to go Steve Hilton's way. Nicely done, Alistair Pollock. He kept his cool and planned his move nicely, but he's bounced off the apex. Sadly, a Graham Hill bend. That's going to cost him momentum. Steve Hilton inside line, come through 30s. Oh, Alistair Pollock's not done yet. Tries to get an outside manoeuvre, and here comes Van Binsbergen trying to get involved. Now side by side, here we go again, and the Audi is just going to nose ahead and nearly. Oh no!
Oh no, that's awful.
We couldn't quite see who turned into who. Bounces off the wall as Van Binsbergen is challenging the Ford. Van Binsbergen gets a much better run through Hawthorne as Alistair is then overtaken 4th, 5th position. Oh my goodness, that's a shame. That's such a shame for Steve Hilton. We couldn't
So Steve Hilton was just completely the wrong way around on the back straight there.
Almost inevitable they were that close that something was
On
going
the
to
GP
happen.
loop, brother.
Especially, and when you're in the cockpit there, he's just trying to get that nice bit of slipstream as you go into the second sector at Brands Hatch, and it just looked like a pixel hit the bumper, and he just sent the Audi. And these are front wheel drive. As much as you can slap the throttle down and try and get the car straight, and there's not much you can do in that instance there. And you know, it's just a wonder how much damage he's actually got here.
Someone's in the pit lane.
Yeah, you're not going to save a slide that extreme. Not even in a front wheel drive car. It does look like that car is wounded. Very much so from Hilton. There is our leader, Trev Hummer, again just dancing off into the sunset. Martin Degala, no answer at all. 7 seconds difference as Lorenzo Molnar is brought his Alfa Romeo in. Holmes third, Fisher fourth, so the two Fisher Motorsports cars. I nearly said Fisher Price then. That's not the way I wanted that sentence to go. The two Fisher Motorsport cars, third and fourth. There's Van Binsbergen and Alistair Pollock still having their argument. Seaman Stoll could get involved. What a run from Surtees for the Ford. I think it was more slow from Van Binsbergen, as well as a great exit from that corner for Alistair Pollock, but couldn't quite complete the move coming up into Hawthorne Bend, but he's not giving up on it at all. And it's gone the way of Alistair Pollock. He didn't give up on that whatsoever. Back up in the 5th position for the number 18 Ford. You deserve the limelight at the moment, so that was a great move. Bravo.
Yeah, fantastic there. Really smooth as well. And as he was going up to Westfield, he actually tried to move across the Alpha, assert his dominance, and try and take
he's ran
control of
wide.
that battle before the corner. And try not run too wide, because if you're running too wide in front-wheel drive cars, you might have a tendency to understeer all the way out, and it's just grass, and you're going straight into a panel.
Don't touch the
there.
grass.
So I kind of feel like that was great defending, or a great assertive driving there from the Alistair.
Oh no!
A bit of a nudge there.
That was naughty by the Ford.
Keep that one out that he can. It was saved by the fact that there's a little access road there that kept him out of the dust for too long. Sebring Stoll up into 6th position. There's Adam Bent. We haven't seen too much of him. Still carrying on in the number 59 Audi. Now in 10th position.
That looked quite wide there by the chocolate bar car.
Gained a bit of time on Trev Hummer, but not enough at that rate to make a difference. 3.5 minutes to go before the checker flag falls for the second race of the Pro-Am lobby. But yeah, that was a big shame for Jari van Binsbergen there. Just a little bit too wide, or helped a bit too wide, going through the right-hander. As here comes Stefan Geigu on the Alfa Romeo. Now, it didn't look like a big enough hit to damage the Alfa too much. This could be just, need to get back to the rhythm, but that's going to send Geigu too wide. It's a shame he couldn't turn in. That was a bit of a shame. It wasn't anybody's fault. It was just Geiger running a bit too wide. Steve Hilton's going to have that 8th position, and still the fighting continues with less than 3 minutes to go.
Yeah, just a positive note up front though. Mr. Hummer out in the lead. He's been about that 6-second distance now between him and Degala for quite a few laps, which is a very promising sign for Degala. A little bit too late. He's not going to be able to make a challenge on the guy out in front, but with the next race and more success bars, I feel like this could be a really good battle between the two in race number 3.
Could well be. Now, for those unfamiliar with the format, for race number 3, the top 8 for this race are going to be reversed, but out of that top 8, there's going to be a random car chosen for pole position. Now, last week, it actually went to the 8th place finisher anyway, which I believe was Tom O'Farrell.
Me.
Because in his godlike BMW, you just ran off.
Yep.
And that was the last time we saw it.
That was me.
So it's going to be interesting to see how that all shakes down. But Trev Hummer certainly seems to have the upper hand at the moment. We'll see if he's.
I'm hoping to get a podium in this next race. I'm going to start 7th, I think, which is where I finished.
World of good. That's Adam Bent's guy, I think.
So.
Unless that could be Molnar's car. We can just see. I think that's Adam Bent actually. We'll see from that camera shot. No, we won't, because we didn't see the car number on the side. Yeah, that's Adam Bent's car. That's the Audi. Yes, number 59 Audi that everyone is catching up to.
A minute and a half.
A lap on Adam this time around. 1 minute 20 to go. And this will be the final lap for race 2 for the Pro-Ams.
Yeah, I feel like Mr. Holmes in 3rd place.
Okay, Pro-Am on their final lap, guys. So get yourselves ready. I'll be starting the lobby up in a couple of minutes.
He was battling with Degala for race 1 quite a lot of the time. He
Get
made
yourself
one
ready.
mistake,
What
and
do
as
you
he
mean
said
by
in his
that?
interview, there was just a clip edge.
I'm just sitting
where
here.
his tyres just dropped off. Now, whether that's the same here in
What
race
is
number
everyone
2,
else doing? Have they
he's
gone
not
to
been
bed or
able to
something?
make
I don't
any sort of
understand.
challenge to Degala
Get
in
yourself
2nd place.
ready.
And yeah, that's going to be frustrating because I feel like they both got very similar pace. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens in
Oh,
race
that's
number
a
3.
slow. Oh, it's the
Lorenzo
323.
Molnar's car getting out of the way. He's 2 laps down now, unfortunately. He's a lap down from Adam, so his race has gone very, very bad. He just saw Degala's car at the top of the shot there. Trev Hummer's in no hurry to push at all for this particular race. So that gap between himself and Martin Degala can continue to come down all it likes. Well, up until he would challenge for the lead. Of course, he doesn't want that. Whoops, even flirting with the grass there on the exit of Westfield. I wouldn't be doing that too much, Trev. You don't want to be bidding it in the final lap. He doesn't need to slow down on the line this time, but yet again, another dominant performance from Trev. He said he didn't expect it, but then he's gone and repeated it with a much heavier car. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Cannot fault him. Your winner for race number 2. It is 2 for 2 for the American number 404 of Trev Hummer. He's already giving
Well
it
done,
the
Trev.
wiggle. He's quite happy about that, and rightly so. Second again Here's a Martin
They've just had a
Degala.
massive accident
He's
at
gonna put
Paddock
in
Hill,
there.
I'd just like to point out.
5 points further back, but not insurmountable at all if Trev Hummer comes to grief in the final race. Mark Holmes third again. Chris Fisher fourth again. Alistair Pollock is going to be fifth this time around in the fourth, fending off the advances of what must have felt like the world. Stephen Stoll, good result for him in sixth position in the number 68 Audi. In Jari van Windbergen, oh, what might have been for him had he not had his issues. Same with Steve Hilton for seventh and eighth. There's Stefan Geigo.
There's Trev Hammer going the wrong way.
Someone spinning. That's just Trev Hammer having a good old time.
Okay, Pro Lobby is up, guys. Pro Lobby is up.
Number 2
Right,
for
I need
Pro
to do
Lobby.
that, and I need to...
Yeah, what a race,
down
especially
this
for
so I
Mr.
can't
Hummer
hit.
out in.
Okay. Bum, bum, bum. Wait for it to load again. We might have another mini cheddar. Here we go. And you need to see that one. Sixth, okay, sixth, and 25 kgs. So this, if I remember last time, was it? I finished 11th, then 8th, then first, because of the reverse grid race. Given the weight and my cornering ability, or should I say the car's cornering ability, I'm just sitting here doing nothing. If we're not on the podium, I'll be very surprised. So I've just made a small adjustment to the setup, just the tyre pressures. So I've increased the PSI in the rear left, which should mean that when I get, well, it should get to temperature quicker. The tyre, that is, and the not the tyre, the PSI rather, it gets up to the correct PSI. So we want to be running about 30 PSI all round. If you see down the bottom right there, there's 4 numbers. You've got 27, which is the front left, 31, which is the front right, 28, which is the rear left, and 29, which is the rear right. And then you can see just top right of that, there's green triangles, green, don't know my shapes, here we go, back to primary school, green rectangles rather, which are the actual tyre temperature. You can see little numbers. I don't know whether you can tell these numbers on the stream. In fact, you can't quite tell because I've put sponsors in the way. You got the numbers again there, which are the PSIs. So yeah, in AC you want about 30 PSI all round in these sort of cars. So I've increased the rear left up by 2 PSI, and I've increased the front left up by 1 PSI as well. So it should get to 30 PSI quicker, but it does mean that further on into the race, if I'm pushing and sliding, the tyre temperature will get hotter and the PSI will go up with that, which isn't necessarily the best because it means more sliding. But hopefully by that time I'll be in a comfortable top 3 position. I only need to gain 3 positions. I need to watch out for Grassi, who's right in front of me, because he's in a championship battle with Johnny as well, who's on pole. You can see on the right hand side. Okay, here we go. 10 seconds again. PSI feels much better already. Didn't mean to run into the back of him. He can turn into me as much as he likes. I'm just going to end up turning him. Whoa, he just turned in. Oh, I'm assuming he didn't see me at all then. Oh. Listen, he doesn't run car radar. Bit fuming with that. Bit wide. So I've now gone backwards. No. You can see the tyre marks. But clearly I was obviously down the inside. Hopefully I can kind of catch these guys unaware. Just trying to go down the inside of him then, couldn't quite. Whoa. Well caught there. For the love of God, people. No racing respect whatsoever. I'm afraid I don't care about your championship anymore. I'm gonna have to be a bit aggressive. Love of God, I've sworn, I do apologise. They just don't leave you any room. I was really looking forward to tonight as well. So the tyre temp issue is kind of backfired. Solution rather is backfired. Rear left is 4 psi higher than it ideal. The slides obviously haven't helped that. Or shall I say the people taking me out haven't helped that. Seven minutes. It's about 7 laps. There's no chance I'm getting a podium, which is a bit irritating. Given all the pace I've shown. Whoa. So 5 minutes, and my task is to try not to come last. At the moment, I'm last. That was probably my fault. So I mean, they stop it when you can't see them. I wussed out of that one. Trying to avoid him, and I had to fucking lock up again. Sorry, I've sworn again. Which then makes the rear go all light, increasing my rear temperatures. I can kind of see why all the other BMW drivers have given up with this series, because all the front wheel drive guys just turn in on you or stop the car, so you have to lock up, giving you absolutely no chance. This is the last lap.
My brake pedal's busted, sorry guys.
Yeah, pretty wound up with that one. Pretty wound up with that. As I say, I can see why the others have, all the other BMWs have decided to go elsewhere.
Anymore. They've been the previous champions of the VTCC Pro Lobby, and now Johnny Seville, great pleasure to add his name to that prestigious list. Wow, great stuff, wonderful consistency, and very well deserved to Johnny Seville. Hopefully we'll have a chance to chat to him. Oh, Adam, what do you think after that?
Incredible race. You know, we both knew that it was very unlikely from where Roy was starting that he was going to overtake everybody in front of him. He got a little bit of luck when Regan disappeared, but obviously, yeah, just fighting too hard with guys he really shouldn't have tried to fight too much. Obviously, he needed to just stay in front of them and focus on getting ahead rather than behind, and unfortunately he got caught up, and the connotations there are he's lost the championship. I mean, it was a very hard fought championship. He's turned up to every round and given it 100%, but unfortunately this day it's Pulse that's come out on top.
It is indeed. Let's have a chat with our podium three then. Let's have a chat firstly with the Dayglow car, driven by Angus Martin.
Hello, hello.
Well, more straightforward for you this time, but a worthy podium nonetheless. Did it feel straightforward to you, or does it still feel very hard fought?
Oh god, not at all. Starting from 9th or something. Yeah, I definitely didn't messed up race 1, so didn't make it easy for myself. But I guess without the weight, it was not easy, but it was better to get through the pack.
Easy easier is as good as it ever gets.
Exactly.
So again, did you put any practice into having the ballast on there, or are you glad you didn't? Are you glad you avoided it? What's your thoughts in that direction?
No, practice-wise, I was very fresh this evening, I have to say. But yeah, I mean, I never really practice with ballast, even if I do practice. So,
Fair dues. Well, a great effort. Well done on another fine podium for you, and the best
Thank
of
you
luck
very
for
much.
race number 3. Thank you very much, Angus Martin.
thank you.
Let's have a chat with second place just Miles Dixon.
Hello again.
Well, as Adam was saying towards the end of the race, you realised you didn't have to hold station, and you went for it, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I said, okay. I saw Roy in 5th, so I said I can push a bit now. Which really.
I did wonder whether you were going to go for the photo finish.
Yeah, we was thinking that at the end.
Oh, great effort. Well, I mean, does that not set up the, give us a great precursor to race 3? But so
Yeah,
I take it it's just going to be all out guns blazing this time.
yeah, every man for themselves now.
Good man. Thoroughly look forward to that. Thank you very much,
Yeah,
Miles
thank you.
Dixon. And let's get our pro champion. Well done, champ, Jonathan Seville.
Hey, thank you.
I mean, very well deserved. It's a position that we're used to seeing you on the top step in various categories, but well done, Jonathan. You must be pretty pleased with that.
Yeah, start was good, and then the guys behind were battling. That was great for me. Just allowed me to try and run away. And Miles did a good job there as well. It's good to have him up there taking points away from Roy. That does help, and he helped last round as well. So thanks, Miles, for helping me out there. Yeah.
No
Now with the team orders in the bin, is there going? Are you anticipating being able to give Miles a good fight?
Yeah, hopefully. He's got a little less weight than me, so that's advantage to him. I think you saw that at the end. I think his tyre wear was a lot better than mine at the end, probably because of the weight. Just getting my excuses out here, aren't I? But anyway, yeah. I've got a question for you, Chris.
Please do.
Do you like the pink yet?
Not even answering that one. Well done,
Embrace the
champ.
pink.
Well done. Well done, champ. And we'll see you for race 3. Thank you very much.
Thank
Jump
you.
well.
Thank you.
Right then, the grid is formed for Pro-Am race number 3. Now the top 8 will reverse. So Trev Hummer starts in 8th position. It's Steve Hilton that was given the bonus pole. It is time to wind him up. Oh no, that's terrible.
That was a very big jump start there. That's got to be a penalty.
Yeah, Seaman
Yeah, it's gonna be a
stole
drive-through.
miles too early. There's Trev Hummer. He's in the championship fight. He's being challenged by Stefan Geiger. And there's
Oh.
stole.
Oh.
Wow,
That's a roll.
That's our championship. That's our championship too.
Oh no, Trev Hummer.
Till it's the last race of the season.
Absolutely everywhere. Well, Trev Hummer has managed to survive. Seaman Stoll stood off the road, but Degala is down in 10th. There is Seaman Stoll. What on earth? And we didn't see how. Well, we saw what happened.
You just
We didn't
lost
see
the
how it
rear.
started. Steve Hilton's like, yeah, fine, I'm having this. Bye. You're
Yeah,
even.
absolutely. I'd be
Wow.
gone as well. But what? I mean, we've got to talk about the start there. So you can see that Sibrin jumped the start quite massively as well. The lights hadn't even gone up, properly gone to 5 lights when he had jumped. But and then next thing you know, he's sideways into turn 1, and we've got a massive accident. Obviously, the steward's going to be busy with that one, and I think there's going to be a few stern talking tos after that one. But yeah, it immediately puts what we had set to be a great championship fight into a bit of a situation of, he sort of played all into Trev's hands here. He needed to finish within 2 cars of Degala, and going into turn 1, he was 2 cars behind.
He was.
So-
He's just taken Mark Arms. In comes Alistair Pollard. That's a penalty because he also jumped the start. And we've got a side-by-side Chris Fisher and Yuri van Binsbergen. Oh, the Fisher Motorsport number 87 getting very squiggly, but
They go down the inside. That's a very, very good move. That is a very good move.
and a bit of a kick in the chops for the number 22 there. There was a little bit of door banging between the two, but all's fair in love and touring cars. Chris Fisher now up into second there. You can see Stefan Geiger at the top of the shot as Steve Hilton is continuing to press his advantage there. He is. There's Mark Holmes, we've just seen as the Pollock cars. He's come back out in 7th, so he's actually ahead of the championship protagonist. There is Martin de Gala in the now very wounded Milka flavoured Alfa Romeo. Stephen Stoll's back out on track, but Trev Hummer up into 5th now. He's ahead of Stefan de Groot. So it could be that Trev actually got through that melee without any damage. We saw him off the road. If he managed to get through that unscathed, that was incredible.
I think he's probably got a lot of severe bumper damage, but as we know with most touring cars, aero isn't really their strong point. It's the ability to obviously power out the turn with the horsepower on the front tyres. But so long as he's not bent any of the steering, which can happen in these, which I'm kind of worried that De Gala may have suspension damage, he'll just continue to pound round, and the damage won't be much of a limitation to him.
It seems to be on the pacer because he is eating into that gap between himself and Stefan Geiger. So as the fastest lap is changing hands now, of course, Chris Fisher currently has it. Is Trev going to gain that one when he crosses the line? No, not this time around.
So he may well have a decent amount of damage. We just don't quite know until he comes round to complete his next lap. But you can see that De Gala's now got a lot of work to do if he wants to even have a slim chance at the championship stuff.
Absolutely, and like you said earlier, Adam, Martin de Gala has to finish 2 cars ahead of Trev Hummer. Doesn't matter where in the field, just has to finish 2 ahead. I did think about that. I did think the same thing as Sebastian Totola there in chat just said. I wondered if they were going to restart it, but they have opted not to do so, probably because the amount of races we need to get through tonight is going to be the main contributing factor, and that wasn't down to lag or server issue, that was driver error, so you wouldn't normally restart under those conditions. As Jari van Binsbergen gets very deep on the exit of Hawthorne. Oh, he's deep again going through Westwood. Does manage to keep it on the road. There's Stefan Geiger hustling. Oh, just as I say that.
Big off.
That's a huge off. Well, that's what happens when you try and break on the grass and bounce off the wall.
We're very, very lucky that this race is not in real life, otherwise we'd probably have no cars left to complete the race. But you can see that it's not an easy car. These aren't easy cars to control. I can say for myself from experience racing these things. But equally, they've had a
Evening Pro Lobby.
now, so you'd think by the time we got to
So as you may have heard from the stream and seen in the chat, we have crowned our champion of Season 4. Congratulations to Johnny Seville, who has taken the title. Now it's all gloves off for the final race. I haven't quite worked out the points for everyone else yet, so in that battle for third, I'll have to come back to you on that. But you both had equally disappointing races, so it's sort of status quo in that battle between Regan and Aaron. We've just got the small matter of the reverse grid draw to do for race 3. So for the final time this season, the virtual ball comes out of the draw, and it is number 6, which is the first time we've had that one drawn, and that is David Mole.
It's the one and only, finally.
Pole position for the reverse grid. So top 6 reversed, and one final chance to give us some great racing in the VTCC. Race 2 was a little bit physical, so just calm it down a little bit, please, guys, for race 3. But once again, looked fantastic on stream.
Oh, that's interesting. Bit physical, was it?
We'd rather not see contact and some just great overtakes instead. As Mark Holmes looks to try and go down the middle. That would have been very brave from Mark if he had completed that move.
Oh, but that's going to force Alistair wide. Mark Holmes on the inside line, and there's De Gala on the outside line.
Oh,
what for? My dear Lord, gentlemen, please. Oh my God.
If Mark makes this move, Mark's going to make the move.
Oh no, punches out.
All 3 of them getting off.
Bounced Alistair into Stefan.
Where did the group go?
He's there. He bounced off
back up,
Alistair. So it's actually Degala that's capitalised the most from, what's it, 9th to 6th because of the move that Markholm's made, bounced Alistair into Stefan de Groot. So Degala's like, yeah, all right, fine. It doesn't help his championship position any, unfortunately, as Trev Hummer up into 4th. And with the fastest lap I'll add, so if he has got damage, he's weathering it well in the very heavy 404 car. So, oh my goodness me, yet again, our driver's putting on a great show.
Absolutely, these drivers are still very, very talented. We've got a battle for the lead, so obviously we can see Chris Fisher and Steve Hilton. As I've said, like across the field, there's talent.
Oh yeah.
No matter where you go, there's always talent in this field, and we had some great races today, and it's just a shame that we're ending the season with a lot of contact.
Such is the way. Unfortunately, Stefan de Groot is out. That we've lost the number 430 Alpha. A shame that we're seeing he's seeing out the final race of the season with the DNF. But that is the nature of the beast. Chris Fisher really homing in on Steve Hilton, just 0.6 of a second. Not even, well, sorry, just about 0.7 of a second between the two. Van Binsbergen, I always struggle with his name, is losing time to Trev Hummer. Trev is still pressing on in the championship leading number 404, I'll add. Geiger and Degala.
Degala's now back on the back of Trev. So obviously he's too far back to mount the challenge unless Trev does something really silly in this next 9 minutes. But yeah, you can see that Martin Degala and Trev Hummer have been equal across the season, and it proves again as the two fastest drivers out there, without doubt.
Oh yeah. Yeah, without any doubt, they're very worthy championship contenders, and taking the championship right down to the wire by just a few points just goes to show how good they are. And as I've repeatedly said, it was
just clipped the gravel.
Yeah, it's been great to see. Like, you know, Martin Degala I haven't seen, I think, before this season, but Trev Hummer I certainly have. I even raced against Trev Hummer in days gone by. I think I've raced against you.
We have.
Yeah.
Yes, hell well matched. But
oh, that's an unusual line from Stefan Geiger. He's done that a couple of times up there at Westfield. But yeah, I've seen Trev, when he first joined us, struggle a little bit to find his feet, but he's now he's right with Jari van Binsbergen now, as we see this wonderful three-way fight between Mark Holmes, Stefan Geiger and Alistair Pollock, following Alistair with his drive-through penalty for jumping the start at the beginning of the race. Probably was put off by Stefan Geiger's and
I think he was sat behind Sibrin, and I think obviously seeing Sibrin go, he's just hit the shifter and gone up.
Easily done. If someone around you jumps the start, you just react. You don't necessarily think about it.
Yeah.
We've all done it. I've done it. In my limited sim racing lifetime, absolutely done it. It's so easy to do, and you think, oh, why did I do it? Well, it's because he did it. That's why.
Yeah. But you can see that Trev on that last lap when it briefly flashed up was 2 seconds faster than Van Binsbergen. Wow. I mean, if we compare them to racing drivers, Degala and Trev Hummer are definitely Verstappen and Hamilton. They're very much the class of the field, but equally, like turn 1 set demonstrated, one bad incident puts them at the back and puts them at a disadvantage, and it allows other drivers to have the opportunity.
This is interesting. Degala is homing in on Trev Hummer, because that gap was, I think, around 8 seconds by the time that Degala had cleared those behind him. It's now 5 seconds. So keep an eye on that one. Now, Trev Hummer doesn't necessarily need to get Martin Degala directly behind him, but he doesn't want to let Degala try and run off too far. I'm sure Trev Hummer, like you said earlier, Adam, will want to finish on the podium at least for his final race. It was seen that he's got the pace over Van Binsbergen. He's not making the move just yet.
Struggling, I think. I think he's very much struggling to find a way past the big logo car. As a minute ago, Chris Fisher's almost made his way through, now past the Audi. It seems to be that the Alpha's just, for the smallest car on the grid, it's making itself very, very wide.
Absolutely. So Hilton and Fisher for the lead of the race at the moment. Chris Fisher seems to have the pace advantage over Steve Hilton at the moment. 6.5 minutes to go. It feels like the longest 6.5 minutes of Steve Hilton's life at this stage. As Chris Fisher's really hustling hard. They're 10 seconds to the good for the battle for third. And there we go. Just as I mentioned it, Trev Hummer has gone ahead of Jari van Binsbergen. I bet you that's at Druids where that's happened. Nope, I got that one completely wrong. It's coming down as out of exit 30s. That one's happened, so they've now gone through Hawthorne themselves. So Trev Hummer, I probably was prompted into doing that with Martin DeGala closing in on him quick. So if that is a wounded Alpha, Martin DeGala's found a way of dealing with it and is absolutely flying now.
Evening again, guys, in the pro lobby. So I've done a points update, and yeah, that battle for position is now looking absolutely fantastic because of the way that the points have gone. We've now got 4 drivers in the running for it. So David Russell, Aaron Large, Miles Dixon, and Regan Mitchell are all separated by 5 points heading into the final race. So yeah, the battle for the it's going to be a top 5 position. It's going to be somewhere in that top 5, whether it's 4th or 5th, we shall see. But all separated by 5 points. So looking for a great gloves off final race, but obviously keep it clean and no contact, please.
Select a championship title, but obviously one extra win is never bad to add to your resume. So you can see now, absolutely, wins a win, and even still, this one will feel a bit special because they've been given this great opportunity to fight each other without having to worry about championship, without having to worry about any sort of connotations to their standings. They're just enjoying it, and you can tell that these two are enjoying it. They're not trying to fight each other too hard. I say that as Chris almost takes his nose out on the rear of the Audi, but you can tell that these two just want to have a bit of fun, and you can see that.
Yeah, 100% agree with you there, Adam, as they're heading down towards Westfield. Now, up the hill towards Sheens. You don't get an idea of how blind that apex is until you've driven it at speed. It's really hard to get that one right. I always found it difficult. That and Paddock Hill was the 2 corners I struggled with the most at this circuit. But Chris Fisher still nailed to the back of Steve Hilton. Trev Hummer, he's closing in, or at least he's extending the gap between himself and Jari van Binsbergen. Not that he particularly needs to. I think he's just more concentrating on keeping the gap as big as it can be between himself and DeGala. What's your weapon of choice in this particular... Oh, that was close. What was your particular weapon of choice, Mr. Bent?
Well, I went with the Audi just purely because I really enjoyed the styling and how it felt at the time. But, you know, looking back on it, if you wanted to pick one car that was definitely the class of the field, it was the Toyota. Obviously, we saw a couple drivers pull out of the Pro Championship that gave Jonathan Seville the title. But, it's very close. There's a back marker coming up as well, so this is going to... There we go, Chris has finally made it through. That's taken him all of 17 minutes to get through. You know, you can see the class of the field by a long, long margin. If you look at all the results, was the Toyota. The Alpha wasn't far behind, but the Audis were very reliable, just not very quick.
That's a shame, but that is the way it goes. They may well be created equally, but some more equal than others. So that, I think, is... Oh, that got a bit dicey. That's a Lorenzo Molnar's car, I think. That's staying out of the way. So Chris Fisher, nice move at the beginning of the lap, is giving him the lead. Steve Hilton doing what he can to fight back, but I think he just hasn't got the pace. Challenge the number 87 as we've got less than 3 minutes to go now. 2 laps
to go. So... You can see Steve's trying to push as hard as he can, but you can see just the natural pace of the Toyota here. Especially around a circuit like this, where a lot of the corners are very undulating, but they're very fast as well. You've got a lot of... Most of the corners are either in 3rd or 4th gear. Obviously the faster ones like Paddock, you can actually probably, if you're brave enough, somewhat stay at the top end of 4th. But it really gifts itself to the Toyota. The BMW also is especially quick round here. It's just trying to keep it on the island without facing the rest of the traffic.
Yeah, it's a monster. That is so hard to drive, but is a glorious thing if you get it right. So yeah. Steve Wilson doing what he can to stay in the tyre tracks of Chris Fisher, but nearly a second between the two now. Is going to potentially see the number 87. He's gone a bit, just I say that, he's gone a little bit too deep there at Westfield. It's not going to cost him too much, but those little mistakes will keep Steve Hilton in check, or certainly in contention for challenging for the lead. 6.5 seconds back is Trev Hummer, not needing to do anything. Martin DeGala has finally gotten past Jari van Binsbergen. Great effort from Martin Degala following that first lap incident. That car is clearly wounded and he's still got incredible pace in it. So fair play to him, and also to Trev Hummer. That it's very easy to panic when the field has essentially exploded. And
nearly
you're
going.
never prepared for
Oh,
a
I
big
shouldn't put that
incident
one
like that, but they both managed to keep their heads, sort of get back into the rhythm, and keep up incredible pace.
Absolutely, it's incredible to see that both drivers that were,
It must be on their last lap now.
made a very good start.
Excuse me.
Unfortunately, were both taken out by a driver that also had a penalty, so it's a bit more. I think it'd be especially frustrating for Martin, knowing that he had a 2-car advantage going into turn 1, and then left having a 4-car disadvantage. It'll be very painful for him, and I think the championship's sort of been decided by a moment that was out of the control of the championship contenders. But Trevor's driven a great season.
Pro-Ams are on their final lap, so I'll be starting up the lobby shortly.
And he's been almost flawless all night. Race 1 and 2 just ran off into the distance, and he's going to get as Chris Fisher's really pushing hard to maintain the lead. He's going to get a podium this time around, all being well. The checker flag is now out for the front runners as they come through Stirling's for the final time for this season. Season 4 of the Virtual Touring Car Cup is going to draw to a close, and it is going to be for the Pro-Am lobby. Chris Fisher is going to take the checkered flag for the final race of the night. Your winner here at Brands Hatch for race number 3 is 87 Chris Fisher. He's happy about it. Steve Hilton chases him home for second, but third, and your champion for the Pro-Am lobby is Trev Hummer in the 404. Brilliant stuff. He's happy about it. Martin Degala, consolation prize, chases Trev Hummer home. Jari van Binsbergen, troubled race, but comes home in 5th. Mark Holmes in 6th. Alistair Pollock, the sole Ford runner, is going to get another decent result here in 7th position. Stefan Geigu is going to come home in 8th. Sieben Stoll is the one the one at the beginning that caused the well, I say he caused the incident. That's a little bit unfair. He was the one that was catapulted into the air. Whether that was his fault,
He was the one that went sideways. So I'd say he caused it, but there we go.
Final pro lobby is up, guys. Final race of the season is up.
Lorenzo Molnar has already finished, but there we go. Siebenstall comes over the line, and our champion is crowned for the pro. It took to the final.
Okay. Well. Oh, I need to wait for it to come up. That'd help. Oh, it has come up. Where is it? Oh no, wrong one. No, wrong one again. Wrong one. Wrong one. It's a shame you can't adjust the brake pressure in this car. So 3 minutes. Let's have a look at the, my 11th or something. Yeah, I'm not even on the first sheet. Hold on, wait a minute. Am I last? I'm not starting last, am I? I came 11th last time. Well, at least I haven't got any weight. Alright, well, that's fine, I'll start last.
Good luck, everyone.
I suppose last to last is probably the way that my day's been going. I suppose I could just jump the start now, get most of the way around a lap, serve my drive-through penalty, and I'll probably still come out ahead. Are we going yet? So I've put the race one. I put the race one setup on. Oh, 10 seconds. So here we go. Let's see. So far, last to the first, last to the place I should have been starting. That's with the early braking. Well, that sums up my day. Oh, that's even worse. Honestly, no luck whatsoever. Someone else has an accident and takes me out. Honestly. Absolutely no luck. Oh, I've got to laugh. I've got to laugh. All my tyres are flat spotted. I can feel it. Oh, absolutely gutted by that. Oh, I went the right way. People getting out of the way just took me out. I can't. Oh. suppose I would be closer now if I hadn't had my spin afterwards, but let's just see if I can get a hat-trick of fastest laps. I already have 2 from the first races here, and 2 from last time actually out. You can see on the graphic on the right hand side there, it goes green after each sector, or red just to the left of the time. That tells you in that sector how much your difference was to that driver. Not sure the numbers are 100%, but the obviously the colour is near enough spot on. Oh, there's another accident. Don't come back on the circuit. Honestly, just not viewing. Use their eyes. Safe rejoins to the circuit clearly aren't in half of these people's minds. I don't see where you expect me to go. I could have braked, could have destroyed my race even more, but... So even with that big bit of contact, I still got fastest lap. Bit wide. It's a bit too early. Bit of silence there because I'm concentrating. Hopefully I'm going to get the run on him. No. It just shows how quick the front wheel drive cars are in a straight line. Well, they're battling, so I might catch them up a bit quicker than I am at the moment. Five minutes. Well, I've virtually caught them. Another fastest lap. Leave him a lot of room just in case it comes back on. Go on, just take each other out. That's what I mean about straight line speed. Oh, for the love of God. All that hard work. All because someone didn't see me down the inside.
BMW driver Tom.
Hello, how are we doing?
Well, we're pretty much dead.
I expect you are, yeah.
Wow, my goodness me. I think the word to put to your driving tonight was determined.
Yeah, well, I mean, having been the quickest person over the whole event, judging by lap times, I'm a bit irritated, shall I say, about the driving.
Yeah, not gone entirely all way.
No,
it's fair to say.
I mean, look, race one, obviously I was in the lead. I made the decision to put my PSIs so they came in further on into the race so that the rear tyres wouldn't slide so much towards the end of it, which obviously let Johnny through. Then obviously I fantastic battle with him. But in coming on to the left-hander just exiting the GP loop, can't remember the name of it, he basically was slower exiting the corner than I was, so I eased up slightly, which then, as I got back on the power, spun me around. So that's just where everything's just gone negatively. But it was
Sterling's, just final 10.
I mean, after that, trying to catch up and all that. I mean, I had the pace there. It's just every time I got alongside someone, they just seemed to turn in. And I mean, I'm going to look back on the replays, but I mean, yeah, I just feel downhearted by it, to be honest. It's
It was a brilliant run from yourself, though. It was very, very impressive, and the speed you were carrying was absolutely amazing. So you should keep your head held high. You know, next season come back stronger, and definitely there's a few more wins with your name on it.
You certainly well represented the BMW brand. I think it's fair to say.
Yeah, well, yeah, I can kind of see why the other guys had given up with the BMW, because it's a fantastic car. Don't get me wrong. Last time out, I can't remember what the track's called, but during the corners, it's fantastic. On the straight, it's like 2 or 3 mile an hour slower than everyone else. So you get alongside a car in the corner, and that first straight, or the proper straight on the GP loop at Brands, as soon as you get alongside someone, they're just going to pull a car width ahead of you. So it's yeah, you had no chance in the straight, but as soon as you get to a corner, if you're alongside them, they just seem to turn into you. So I mean, that's racing, I suppose. But I'm pleased with my pace. I might come back next time, but we'll have to see work commitment wise. So yeah.
We certainly hope you do. Great effort. It's been great fun to talk about your progress. Thank you very much, Tom O'Farrell.
Cheers, guys. Cheers.
Right, we have several people to chat to tonight, so let's get through them all. Well,
I think I was quite diplomatic there. I think. I mean. So, let's go and have a listen to...
Miles is
there we go.
he's
The
quite
actual
quick.
broadcast. Let's go and listen to the end of this.
Yeah, I don't think it's all down to the weight. We're up there. I don't know. He seems to have better tyres towards the end of the race. So I don't know if that is the weight or it's just managing them better.
oh, goodness me. But, well, again, congratulations on seeing you in the championship, particularly for Pulse Sim Sports. Will we see you back next time?
Yeah, well, I've had great fun, so most likely, yeah.
Awesome stuff. Well done on the championship, and thank you very much, Jonathan Savelle.
Thank you.
Mr. Dixon.
Hello again.
Well, we had a lot of fun screaming about you. Yeah, but it looked like you had a lot of fun out there.
Yeah, at the start I was panicking a bit because I thought Johnny would pass me, and then I think my tyres came alive after about 5 laps, so I managed to get onto Roy. But just needed one more lap, I think.
It did look like it. That gap stayed for a while, and then you just said, right, watch this, and just found another gear somewhere, because then that gap was nowhere. I'm sure Roy aged about 10 years keeping you behind, but it looked like you had a lot of fun out there.
Yeah, it was good fun.
Will we see you back next time?
Yeah, I'll be back for it.
Awesome stuff. Well done for Pulse Sim Sports for your amazing on-track antics, and well done to you, Miles Dixon. Roy Grassi, good to see you again, sir.
Thank you, Chris. It was close. Yeah, very good race.
I'll say. Crikey, that was amazing. I mean, you really must have felt that, particularly towards the end of that last race.
Oh no, I was just chatting to Miles before we came on, and I'm sitting there in a puddle of sweat. I don't know, he just like you said, he just found another gear. He just came at me so fast. Definitely would have had me in if it was another lap, I think. But I went all tight, you know what it's like when you just angle of your mirror, and I just couldn't turn the steering wheel, and my eyes suddenly went transfixed on the road. But got lucky. Yeah.
Will we see you back next time?
I hope so. I'll have to see. It's single seaters, I understand, which is a deviation from touring cars, which I particularly enjoy. But you know, we'll have a look at it first before I decide.
We hope we will see you again. If not for that one, then in something soon. Thank you very much, and great win, Roy Grassi.
Thanks. Big shout out to AJR Motorsport and for Trev for winning the Pro-Am Championship as well.
Thank you.
100% agree. As one more person I want to have a chat to, as we did chat to Trev earlier on, but we didn't get a chance to chat to race winner from the last time out for the Pro-Ams, Chris Fisher.
Hello there.
Yeah, sorry we didn't get a chance to chat to you, but the grid was already formed and we needed to get underway for the pro race. But wow, so fourth one has been your race results for tonight. Great stuff. Bravo.
Thanks very much. Yeah, it's been, I think, my best round this last round. Sad it's too late and all over now, but it's been great fun this year.
Again, that's just, you know, the progress of the pace. You've got more comfortable with the car, or Brands Hatch has done well for you, or the moon was the right colour. Which?
Right. So this is what we were doing today, and yeah, it's an interesting one. Obviously, I'm not in the top 10. I wasn't ever going to fight for championships or anything. But yeah, I kind of wanted race wins and podiums. That didn't come today, unfortunately. What's happening on the channel? Not much, if I'm honest. I might, depending on work commitments, into whatever they're running next time, which is, I believe, Formula 3. So if we see the tracks selection of that, I might sign up. Yeah, I do love a rear-wheel drive car. Yeah, we'll have to see. As the commentator said, don't get too downhearted. Yeah, well, I mean the quality of driving from the other guys. Obviously, I haven't seen it back. I do feel a bit aggrieved by it. But I suppose that's what. I mean, that's part of racing, isn't it? You have the highs, which was the last round, where I won the last round. We're on the last race of that round, so. Yeah, yeah. So, well, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you whenever for the next one.